Hold tight, y'all. Hold tight. You gonna bring us in, James, with that? There you go.
What's up, y'all? We are back again. If you're just now tuning in, you are live at the Entertainment Plug. This is your boy Jay Rock, and I'm here with
Fell in Love with Carly.
So we want to talk a little bit about Martin Lawrence. As everybody knows, he just got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Congratulations!
Definitely, congratulations goes out to him. Thoughts on that? What's your thought?
My thoughts on Martin Lawrence finally getting his star. This man is amazing. Every show he has had, I've watched. I love his work. Am I starting over there?
No.
Okay. And so I just think it's about time that he got his star. And I'm a huge supporter and believer to give people their flowers while they're still here. So congratulations, Martin.
Yeah, let me start off by giving him the right applause. I missed my cue.
Yeah.
But I think it's overdue. Absolutely. For people like him.
Absolutely.
I was questioning, people will remember. That's not here nor there. I love that Steve Harvey talked about, his humble beginnings with what's happening now. And of course, House Party, and of course, his amazing standout time over at the Def Comedy Jam as the host over there. He did lay it down and lay it straight for a lot of people. Yeah, and he's just a wonderful actor. We watched him go through struggles and persevere. So big shout out to Martin Lawrence. It was way overdue, and I'm extremely happy for him. I can't wait to go there and see it myself.
Yeah, I think definitely way overdue. As it is for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
A lot of people are out here for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
And when every show you make, every show that you're in is a hit.
Yeah, and you have to take it all the way back to, obviously House Party.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take it back to what's happening now.
Absolutely.
And just all the other stuff that he has been a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You look at a lot of the movies and stuff that he's done, and not just like the major blockbusters that we know of.
Yeah.
Not just those things, but there's a ton of movies that he's done that just didn't really, not that they didn't get the light of day, but a lot of them they just weren't necessarily.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I would love.
Was one of my favorites.
I would love to actually have a conversation with Martin Lawrence about
he
saw his life as a young boy. Like, is this what he always desired, or is this something? How did he get into, comedy, or even I know he started in comedy, and into these shows and everything. I would love to sit down with, hey, Martin, it's Better Love with Carly. I want to talk to you, okay? Come sit down and talk to us about how you manifested the life you like, you deserve, and desire as well, So
I think that'll be amazing.
It's definitely a part to his journey that's been unspoken because some people don't tap into that part yet, but I want to know.
So real quick, I just want to go through, just some of his movie achievements. His discographies are, of course, Martin Lawrence Live, Talking Shit and Funky.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
He also did other ones like Run and Tell That. But let me just go through these movies real quick from 89 to 2022, so which is pretty current and present.
Y'all, come on now.
Yeah, he's been on the scene actually since 87, when he started on 87, 88 with What's Happening Now for TV with his movie discography. His filmography started out, of course, in 89 with Do the Right Thing. Of course, House Party as Bilal, Talking Dirty After Dark. Yep. Talking Dirty After Dark, House Party 2, Boomerang. You So Crazy, Bad Boys, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Shout out to, what is her name? Lord have mercy. Lynn Whitfield, who gave an amazing speech on his behalf. Of course, Nothing to Lose, all-time favorite, Life. Yeah, that's a hood classic. Blue Streak, Big Mama's House, What's the worst thing that could happen with Danny DeVito? Black Knight.
Yeah. You know what? Now, when I talk about favorite Martin movies, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, that was a real good one. And one of my favorites too was Black Knight. I mean, yeah.
I was trying to remember the name of that one.
Yeah. Martin Lawrence.
I've seen all of these.
Martin Lawrence live, Run and Tell That, National Security, Bad Boys 2, Rebound. Big Mama's House 2, Open Season, Wild Hogs, which is one of my pregnancy favorites. Like, when I was pregnant, I don't know why, but I watched Wild Hogs like 100 times. It's such a good movie with John Travolta and a few other good actors in it. Yeah, what was his name? Tim Allen, and William Macy, rest in peace. It's a wonderful movie. I love it. Made me want to get a Harley. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, which is also a hood classic. Yeah. College Road Trip was really good. Tropic Thunder. Yes. Yeah, Death at a Funeral. Another hood classic. Yeah. Big Mamas, Like Father, Like Son. Yeah, Martin Lawrence doing Time. The Beach Bum. Bad Boys for Life. And Mind Cage.
And Carly, guess what? Guess what, Martin? I've watched all of them, okay?
Yeah, for
Come
sure.
talk to me, okay?
Yeah. So he's just got a wonderful, his television, career is just as good. And, like, this man's amazing.
Yeah.
This man's amazing. He's done a lot of great things. Shout out to Martin Lawrence.
Yes, thank you for your creative abilities and sharing it with the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's one of the ones that when you actually go back and take a look and you see what he did, it gets you excited. Like, wait a minute. Right. Okay.
Well, he's always been good from the first one that you named to the last one.
Absolutely.
When he has a role, I say that man plays his roles.
Yes,
he plays those roles.
Yes, he does. Because he wasn't a main character in Boomerang, but we remember he was a standout for sure, Yeah, definitely.
It definitely helps us to segue into manifesting the life you desire.
Come on now.
It definitely does, because this man has done it and he's still doing it. Mm-hmm. And he's still young in his years to celebrate and to enjoy the fruits of his labor.
Yes.
So what do you know about manifesting the life that you desire, Miss Decisive? She had to breathe on it.
Yes.
Sip my coffee, y'all.
Let me step up. Women, hit me up with the question again.
What do you know about manifesting the life that you desire?
Okay, so I know that when you speak of manifestation, that my gosh, when you're talking about being upfront and in the middle of what you want, and going to do it at all levels of life, and not even on not all levels of life, but just being straightforward and just going after what you want, and not caring,
Absolutely.
that part, because some people you want to be like, oh, we can't not care, and they try to make you feel guilty about saying that you don't care, but sometimes you can't care. You just got to go for it. You got to go for yours,
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can't be afraid of not necessarily whose feet you step on, but who you move out the way. Because there are blockages.
And when you manifest, go ahead. Let me let you finish.
Yeah, I just know that when there are blockages and stuff, like you see them, what I'm saying, and you try to make excuses for them and why they're there and try and give them a purpose and stuff instead of just accepting the fact that this is not good for me. It's a blockage. Yeah, and that's important when it comes to manifestation. You got to make sure that you remove those blockages. Absolutely. Because they're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're there.
Well, when you start talking like that about manifesting things, I believe that when you really start vibrating, because it's about vibration and frequency. We're talking about manifesting. It's the same as prayer. It's about vibration and frequency. People don't understand that it's one and the same, pretty much, for real. It's just the way you use your words and the way you
because words have power.
Yeah,
words cast spells.
Acknowledge source and acknowledge the power of him or her, if you want to call your guy her. I mean, as long as you're praying to God, I don't care. But truthfully, when you start vibrating on a higher frequency, those different situations that you used to have before you got on that frequency, they really don't exist the same.
And I think more so, like she said too, just removing those blockages.
Yeah, but it's about being obedient.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I know a lot of times what you call a block is just being disobedient.
Being
because your heart. We are human beings having this. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So a lot of time the human side want to keep people around, but your spiritual side is like it's time to move on. And so instead of you have to allow. If you look at a vibration like
we're saying it. Yes.
If you've ever seen like it's a cleaning process they have, and they put in a solution and it just vibrates, and the vibration is actually what breaks off the dirt. If you look at yourself the same way, when you vibrate and you continuously vibrate at a high frequency, the dirt breaks away from you. But when you don't want to let the dirt break away, you keep trying to grab it back, you get hurt because that dirt is not on the same frequency as you are. You know, and you can't go but so far. Your vibration don't meet their vibration. They got to fall to the wayside.
Yeah,
so it's not a blockage. It's your freedom.
Hey, it's still a blockage though. Like we're still speaking the same language. Because at the end of the day, whether it's a blockage by some other force or yourself.
That you can definitely block yourself if you want to.
Yeah, you have to hold yourself back. You know, which is of course unhealthy. But
if you want to,
it's all about the vibration.
But we're talking about how to manifest the life you want, not the one you don't want.
Right.
You understand? So the way you want it is you vibrate higher and you let it fall off. And then you say, you know what, you still give it gratitude, and you say, thank you, dirt, for being there because you were there for a reason.
Absolutely.
You know, you were there for a reason. You served your purpose, and I'm grateful for you being there because I learned all these things from this dirt that's here, that was there. And now as I climb to move further, I just move on. You know, and gratitude for what is coming forward. And so you have to wait and thank the Creator for what's ahead of you. That's how I manifested even this trip to Houston, Texas, to Dallas, Texas,
which is going to be
to be a part of her Venus release party. I'm actually going to be emceeing on the 28th. You know, in the building and meeting her whole team, and this is going to be huge. And when the artist itself say, this is going to be huge.
It's already huge.
Then you know it's huge.
It's already huge.
You know, the enemy only know where you've been. They don't know where you're going.
Listen.
And what happened is something is going to jump in your path, just like the past. Something from the past that will hold you back and say, oh, I can't do this because of something else. Because ... You fill in the blank. And because we are loving and caring people, us energy beings, we empaths, we feel things, we want to stop and go and handle that business. Okay, we go back to help somebody, to handle something, even if it's yourself, because you can get in your own damn way. But if you just let that thing just be, and like, you know what? I'm gonna die and leave this earth owing somebody something, and it's okay to leave you owing you something. But I'm about to go over here and get what I desire. I'll be back. Or actually, I won't be back. I see you, and I won't see you again because you were just a test. Because you'll get those tests, you know. You got to push past pain points, dirt points. And when I say that, I'm talking about people, places, and things. It could be your kid.
Yeah.
I know I told mine. Yeah. I told mine, I said, listen, mommy is doing some things. I know you can't see it, but I know it. I see it. I saw it. God told me, He showed me, and I believe it, and it's in my face. Either you can get within the vibration with me, or I'm going to leave you by the wayside. Don't think I don't love you, because I love you a whole lot. But I'm choosing me, and I'm choosing my desire. I'm choosing all my dreams right now. I use the word desire because that's the word God uses. He said He'll give you the desires of your heart, not the wants. Because the word want indicates lack. That's how you manifest. You use those proper words.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just using those proper words, but just being clear about your goals.
Being very clear and understand your passion. If you're chasing somebody else's passion and see what they like to do, now you want to do it. That is not the desires of your heart. You're not even in purpose, and it's not gonna work for you. You're gonna lose a lot of hair, a lot of sleep, and maybe your life, because God's word say, "Touch not down and do my prophet no harm." So if you're over there trying to mess with somebody who's called and chosen to do what they're doing, you put your life in jeopardy just trying to get what they got. Be yourself. Be true to thine own self.
Absolutely.
Be true to thine own self. How do you misunderstand that?
Yeah, be true to yourself. Be clear about your goals. You know, start writing things down.
Write it down, make it plain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make a plan. Vision boards. All of that stuff. And I'm working on putting a vision board together now. Just in terms of,
absolutely,
you know, different stuff that I want to do, because that helps.
Oh, I have written some things down. When I decided to go, I didn't decide to go. God sent me to go to the school for life coaching and everything, and I did it. But I just really know that He sent me so that I can understand I've been myself my whole life. I've been life coaching since before it was called life coaching, and didn't know what it was called. And I'm in here learning all the techniques that He gave me. And it's like, okay, so now, my daughter, stop questioning yourself. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody, because I already approved you. Just do what I asked you to do. You know, so that's when I got out of my own way and stopped worrying about what somebody said to me. Somebody got to say, somebody thought. I don't care about your thoughts. My dad, before he left, I say, oh, Daddy, they mad. He would say, well, they could scratch their ass and get glad then. And so now I can find myself saying that, oh, so bad. Well, I guess they could scratch their ass and get glad. Because it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's why somebody mad or why somebody not doing what you want them to do. It got to do with themselves. They not happy with who they are.
Yeah.
And they over here and they reflecting it on you, because it's too hard for them to say that they not doing what they supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Own your own shit.
Own it.
Don't come over here talking about, well, she thinks she all that. No, baby, you don't think you enough. Look at, why don't you ask that person how they got to that place? Because I promise you, it's probably something in their life that you're going through right now, and they got the answer to it, but you're too busy worried about what they think instead of finding out who they really are to get healed, set free, delivered, and move forward and start manifesting the life that they desire too.
Yeah, and if you don't want to ask, which is understandable because you already feel some type of way on your insides, pay attention.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Okay.
You know, I'm an open book, and that's how I end up getting this. Even with you, James, when we started doing the show, you know, I've been me my whole life. And when we encountered each other, our lives never been the same.
Absolutely.
Our lives changed.
Absolutely.
And then we got back in touch with each other. Guess what? It was divine timing.
Absolutely. But the beauty too about what we have and what we do is that we both are living in our truth.
Absolutely.
We both are living in our own truth. And we following our passions and doing what we love to do and what we want to do.
You better say that.
So it ain't no choice but for us to be successful.
Yes, you know.
We're growing.
Really?
We're growing in the way that we're growing because we work
expeditiously.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Because we're working together.
That's right.
So that's what it's really about.
Absolutely.
Because we grow stronger together.
We do that. You know, it was so funny.
Hey, I'm sorry, Carl. I'm here to interrupt, but I gotta say that's another moment in life where we, as melanated people, need to pay attention. You know, because like pay attention to world domination and how they get it done. They band together. We need to start banding together when we got a common goal, common purpose, and 98% of what we want to do and what we do in this is on common ground. We need to get together.
Absolutely.
And blow it out the park.
I'm in agreement with that.
Listen, I am too. I don't have no. Listen.
Like, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna drop y'all some nuggets. So get your pen and paper on.
Come on.
I'm gonna drop y'all some nuggets. Y'all ready for this? Number 1, manifest. Eliminate the word "don't" from your vocabulary. Number 2, when you say something, say it in a positive form. Don't say, I don't want no man who don't got no job. Right. I said it like that for a reason, because that's what you say.
Yep.
I don't want no man who don't got no job.
Right.
Okay, let's say it in a positive way.
Words have power.
I desire a man that can provide.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because all the universe here, all God here is, I won't.
Yep.
The word don't exist. Yep. The word don't cancels out. Okay, so there's no such thing as don't. There's no such thing as don't. God hears, I want a man. That's what. You say it in the positive. I desire. Use the word desire. I desire a job that allows me to be who I am, that allows me to operate in a place of passion. Say it. I desire for God to show me what my passion is.
Mm-hmm.
I need you guys to start putting that out there for you to understand what your passion is and be in your purpose on purpose.
Come on.
Stop just working for some damn body and you miserable every day.
Yes.
If you really think that God put you here to be miserable, go read your Bible a little bit more deeply because it's not the fruit of the Spirit. It's love, peace, joy. Let's understand that if you don't have love, peace, and joy, you know, in your spirit, then what are you doing? What spirit do you really operate in? I'm in my passion, doing what I want to do purposely. I'm purposely on purpose in my passion, and my passion is going to provide for me and my children. Yes. My passion is providing for me and my children and leaving a legacy. So you got to understand what I just said to you. I'm in purpose, on purpose, doing what I want to do on purpose.
Okay.
Ain't nobody making me do nothing. And I'm going to be steadfast, unmovable, always abiding the work of the Lord. That's scripture, okay, y'all? I don't care how much I cuss. Somebody say, you cuss too much. Go tell my daddy. How about that? Because the Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, Word was with God. And he said, but word with God? Come on now. Leave me alone. Go read your word. Don't worry about me. You know?
Listen. Let them know. Like Cass said, let them know.
Worry about my words. Worry about your actions.
Well, that no go tell it on the mountain. Okay, over the hills everywhere.
They took care of James. Didn't tell me what we're going to be talking about today. I guess said, who we got in the studio today? Nobody. It's going to be us talking about manifesting the life you want. All right, James. You know I got this on lockdown. Okay.
Yes. Listen, you got everything on lockdown.
Okay. Listen. We're talking about manifesting the life. We can talk about later how I manifested, fell in love with Carly.
Well, listen, that's the whole purpose of today's show. You need to talk about how you manifested this trip you going on next weekend, and we need to talk about how you manifested.
Fell in love with Carly.
And I can talk about how I manifested everything I got going on.
Absolutely.
Yes. So let's hit it.
And y'all gotta stay tuned because listen. This single release is to the song called Moscato by Miss Venus. If you guys want to know more about her, go to her page. It's Who is Venus, and you'll see V, the number 3, N-U-S is her name. So it's an E in place. It's a 3 in place of the E. So go check out her page because when I'm there live in the building, we're going to live stream across all the platforms. You guys can actually send in questions. It's going to be a Q&A. It's going to be like a table talk type of thing. This is what she told me. So she has a couple of questions that are already there. And then people that are in the building are going to submit questions when they get there. And we're also taking questions from the audience. So you guys virtually, you can actually be a part of this. We're going to be in a winery. I forgot the name of this winery. I wish I knew it was. We're going to be in a winery as she releases her new song called Moscato. So this is going to be so dope. And you guys get to see what Carly decides she's going to wear to this event, you know. We're going to have a good time, you know. And it's supposed to be like a ladies' night out, so.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Miss Venus.
So I think that's dope. Let's go out to a couple more songs, and then we're going to come back in, and we're going to have you talk a little bit about how you manifested Fell in Love with Carly. Because you got a story.
I definitely have a story to tell.
You got a story to tell. The truth of the matter is we all do. You know,
can we put that song on?
You know, be it you or me or Decisive. Like, we all got a story to tell. Absolutely. Because Decisive has truly manifested some amazing stuff with No Static Radio.
Yes.
Like, I look at the very beginning of when Decisive and I met, and like, she's done some amazing stuff with No Static Radio.
Thank you.
And just to hear her, you know, to think back, you know, to those meetings at the Call and Post building.
Oh, wow.
When you were talking about No Static Radio and what you had in place and who you were looking for. And
back then it was just purchased because I was still working at Channel 3. Yeah. And it was on East 9th at City View with just a laptop. And
I mean, but look at what you've been able to do.
Yes, because we definitely have to give gratitude because you are doing it.
From you being on the 4th floor and you taking, essentially one room with an office beside it,
yeah,
and then a sitting area,
yeah,
and you turning that into a full station with show after show after show after.
I can't wait till everybody see what's next.
Like, oh my goodness!
Oh, it's some amazing stuff next that you and I are manifesting. Yeah. It's really going to be huge for all of us. So
it's coming.
That's going to be huge for all of us.
I'm so excited.
And it really goes in line with, and I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how this is really meant to be. The conversation that you and I had earlier this week. I'm gonna tell you how it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And how Fell in Love with Carly falls into the middle of that too.
True that.
And we ain't even discussed that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that when we come back. This is the Entertainment Plug with your boy J Rock and Fell in Love with Carly.
Yeah.
What we got on the
We're going to the Colors platform. I mean, how can we not go to the park?
Let's do it.
Okay, that's what's up.
James, I wonder if I add you on live, what would it look like? If I add you on here,
it'll be.
Will it feedback it, or you have to mute yours?
I can mute mine so that it won't be feedback.
Yeah,
because we're too close to each other.
Right. Let me see. I'm just curious. Put it right there. So awesome. Thank you, Will. Listen, y'all, I like to mess with Will because he messes with me, but it's okay. It's all in love. Thank you, Will.
I love you so much.
And I know you do. So we were talking about manifesting the life we desire, you guys, and Jay was trying to get on my business, talking about how did I come up with, where did fell in love with Carly come from, and how I manifested her. But the truth of the matter is, you guys, first of all, I'm grateful. I give gratitude for Miss Fell in Love with Carly, where she came from, because most of you know, if you don't know, my name is Carly Davenport, and fell in love with Carly actually came from me literally. No, what you got to do? Truthfully, openly, honestly, falling in love with myself, you know.
Go home and look at pictures of Miles Gear.
Throughout COVID, I was trying to figure out ways to make money, and I am like very crafty. I'm very talented in a lot of different ways. I think the only thing I'm not good at is sports, you guys. What? I do not have any hand-eye coordination, but when it comes to sewing, when COVID came about, first thing I wanted to do was make masks before anybody said we need to
whenever you get the stuff out.
Then I went on my sewing machines with messed up. Then I said, well, I can go cook.
Let me know about the
my
hotel.
My refrigerator went out.
I need to know that ASAP.
So I said, okay, guys, what am I going to do? Because what is it that you want me to focus on right now? And what's my next endeavor? Because the next thing I put money into, the next thing I decide to build, I want to make sure this thing has longevity for me and my family. I want to make sure I'm not just making money, but I want to be in purpose. I desire to do something that makes me happy, something that I really love to do, something that is easy for me, something that comes naturally for me. I know that's where I'm supposed to be, and what is it? And you know, what came to me is people kept saying, girl, you talk too much. You need your own talk show. Girl, you talk too much. You need your own. I said, well, you know what? They probably right. I probably do. They tell me what I need to do. Go get my own talk show. Mm. You know? And so I was like, what the hell? Go get my own talk show. Now how am I going to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just go get you a talk show, girl. So I was like, you know, God, this is what I want to do. And I talked to him about the desires of my heart. And what happened is people started reaching out to me and talking to me and confirming that I had helped them in so many different ways of life. And they're like in my inbox and they're calling me on Messenger like, you know, I remember when you were a little girl. When I was a little girl, you helped me in so many different ways. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, you did this and that, you did that. And it was like so many things that I had did for people. And everybody were like, they were all, over 100 people called me. Over 100 people were in my inbox. Over 100 people pulled up on me, telling me all the things I had done for them. And it was just God showing me, listen, I need you just to be yourself. We're not recreating this or anything. People need to see you, be who you are. All of it. I was listening to people tell me, oh, I show too much cleavage. Oh, you cuss too much. Oh, you just too much. Oh, I don't know how many people told me I was just too much. And I finally told this one lady who was supposed to help me get my show together. And she was like, you know what? You just too much. You just kind of everywhere. You just too big. And somebody need to be able to bottle you up and put a top on you and contain you. And yes, and in that moment, you know what I told her? She was at my house. And when you watch this, I know your ass watching. She was like, I was like, you know what? I'm this big because my platform is that ginormous.
Absolutely.
I cannot be a small person on a big platform.
Absolutely.
I have to be this big. I look that big to you because my platform is so huge. And this lady said, you see, that's what I'm talking about. You don't know how to be humble. I said, be humble.
But how does that equate to not being humble?
Well, it's because of the simple fact that this particular person was asking all these questions about me. They wanted to know everything about me to go back and try to generate a Carly. You understand me?
Absolutely.
Even if somebody died in here like
that's what it really boils down to, is that people want to be you and they want to do what you're doing and they don't have the balls to do it or the guts to do it or they don't know how to get it done.
You can't be me.
So it becomes a problem because you're doing it and they want to do it. And
Absolutely.
they feel like they can't do it. But we all are given the same 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
So, like, miss me with that bullshit.
Absolutely. And you know what? When I saw that, they tried to duplicate me. And there's certain things that were asking for, and I was doing these business plans. I was talking to them about certain things, and you would go give somebody else my literature. You would give somebody else. When I say they had somebody down their hair like mine, they really did, for the real. And I was like, really? Want to dress like me, all that? Oh, you just too much. Now they doing it, So I just said, you know what, God showed me that I needed to market me.
Absolutely.
I needed to brand me.
Absolutely.
And the name Fell in Love with Carly came when I decided to go through my divorce.
Yeah.
I was so in love with a person. I said I had to fall in love with myself, and I fell in love with Carly. I'm not going to get into all that. I really fell in love with myself. People say, you say that so people can fall in love with you. No, you're going to fall in love with me no matter what. It's just that it just is the law of attraction. Mm-hmm. I'm loved, so you have no choice but to love me.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, I tell people, I said, you're going to love me one way or another, whether you love to hate me or you love to love me. The love part comes first. And so the name Fell in Love with Carly came, and God had me to brand myself. So my name is my brand, Fell in Love with Carly, and it's trademark, you guys. So stop trying to use my shit. How about that? Okay, so how about that? So she ready. So yeah, so I just went and I started doing everything that I knew I should be doing because it was me. Oh, thank you. Venus is in the building. Hey, Venus. Hey, friend. And I mean it. Oh my goodness, you guys. So that's where I came from. And it was just, okay, what do I market next? It was me. God is like, you're not going to cook. You're not staying in the kitchen. You're not about to sew. People need to hear you. People need to hear your process. People need to see what you have to offer because you are to speak to the world. And then I had people that know I used to be in ministry and I was a pastor. I did all kind of stuff in clergy. And God was like, no, that's not for you. You talk to the world. That's what you do. And so I'm grateful for my opportunity to be able to speak out about what I desire because I sat back throughout COVID and I was in my cocoon and everybody kept asking me, when you gonna cook something? Because they know I can cook my butt off, and I didn't cook a thing. I didn't sell not one dinner, y'all. Nothing. People say, you just lazy. I said, y'all don't know me. I'm obedient. I sat back and I did nothing. And I besides groom and allow God to groom me and allow God to remove all those dead leaves and those dead branches from around me to be able to move into what I had to do next. Because what you don't realize is while you are trying to grow, while you are growing, you may have weeds around you, and those weeds like to strangle the plant, like to strangle the crop. You have to take those roots out when you're gardening so that your plant can continue to grow. And so a lot of people that I love so much from birth were removed from my life, so that I can live, right? Those weeds were taken away. And a part of me mourned it because I'm like, I miss these people. I love these people. But when that person or those people are only dedicated or only interested in the broken you, and once you start getting healed and you're in a better place, mind, body, and soul, they're no longer attracted to you. They only want to be attracted to the pain that you were had in your life. And so you have to understand when you've grown outside of your comfort zone, you have to get used to being comfortably uncomfortable and not. If you're too relaxed in your space, you're doing the wrong shit. You need to upgrade yourself, move yourself around. You take that pot, that plant that's pot bound, and you take it out the pot. You have to take the roots and you have to loosen them up. You have to shake them up. You got to allow yourself to go through that process to be removed from the pot. Agitate those roots and put it in a pot that's bigger. If you're going through it, you're going to feel it. And you have to allow yourself to go through that whole process. Thank you. Thank you so much, Venus. I appreciate you so much. And that's how I ended up being who I am. I've been me my whole life. And I'm just allowing the world to see me.
And that's the beauty. Like, you've been you your whole life. Now you're allowing the world to see you. And as you stand in who you are, like, it's inevitable that everybody's going to love you.
Yes, and not like what I say. People either gonna love the hate or love the love.
Absolutely.
But the love part comes first, baby. So listen, it's people that may not like you, may not appreciate you, but they gonna watch you because they can't help but to watch you because you breathe life into them. And I'm just so grateful for it, you know. So yes, it's just a beautiful place. And earlier I did tell you guys that I'm going to I'm on my way to Houston. I keep saying Houston. Houston. I'm on my way to Dallas, you guys. I'm on my way to Texas this week. Venus is actually doing a single release of her song Moscato. I almost said Moet, y'all. I know what it is. It's Moscato. And the song is so soft and it's so sensuous and it's so beautiful. Thank you, Rhonda. And when I tell you that the song is so beautiful, my daughter was walking around. She was just dancing to it on her own. You guys have seen I posted. I keep posting her clips that she posts on my page. I share them to my story. On 4/28, I will be in Texas for the release. I will be face to face in person with Miss Venus herself and everybody that's going to be invited in. And I will be emceeing while she's hosting the show, you guys. You guys can send any question you guys have. You guys will be a part of it, whether it's virtually. You guys will not be in the building. Whoever is going to be in the building, I already know it's going to be a special treat there. So you guys, I will be sharing the different publications that are shown, that are shared. I'm going to share them across all of my platforms. So you guys can call in and ask questions as well. Submit your questions. Any question, I'm answering all of them. So you want to get down and dirty? Carly, don't play with me. I'm answering all the questions. I have no filter. So bring it. So I just can't wait to see her. This is her birthday as well. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, y'all. We're about to have a good time. And we find out we got the same birthday, the 28th. I mean, January 28th, and she's April the 28th.
Oh, wow.
So listen, yes, the connections go through the roof. So please make sure that you guys are in the building, that you guys are part of the stream. Don't be selfish with me, because I'm not selfish with me. When you see me post something, make sure you share it. I want all of you guys to be a part of it. This growing process is amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's I just never expected this, but when you are doing something, please expect the unexpected. When you have an opportunity to come to you and it scares the hell out of you, take it anyway. Move forth. If you want something different, only way you're going to get something different in your life, in your world, is to do something different. Do something that you've never done before. Mm-hmm. Let it scare you. Let it scare you to success. Last year for my birthday, I jumped off the zip line. I did 9 zip lines, and the last one I jumped off a cliff. Thank you. I jumped off a cliff. Yes, I did. Woo! Anybody that know me understand that I used to be scared of elevators.
Wow. Wow.
I live on the 17th floor.
What?
Once upon a time, I couldn't open my window. If the window was open when I went in, girl, I was on the floor like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Close the window. You know, I had a balcony. Never stood on that balcony.
Me neither.
Yes.
I'm afraid of heights too.
Yeah, I was.
I don't do roller coasters.
And this past summer, I went on every roller coaster
what?
I could. I trained myself to come on, manifesting the life you want.
You got to.
Like, you
gotta figure out a way to let go of
the
stuff that's blocking you.
Yes.
And like that's good. That's good that you took yourself to those heights and to jump off a cliff.
I jumped.
I tried it, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie.
That's beautiful.
I tried it. That ain't my part of life.
Ooh, yes. I had my phone.
They could have the heights.
We were in the Dominican Republic, y'all.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you, my phone was the only phone with service.
What?
And I went live. That was God.
Shut your mouth.
I went live on a third world country, and I had it strapped to my chest, and
what?
I jumped. I did it on purpose because I knew my mama would never believe I jumped off the damn cliff. So I strapped it to me.
Girl.
And I said, okay, we about to do this, and I jumped. And so if people can actually go back on my timeline and watch me zip lining, it was amazing. And when I went and did that pageant last year, I put in that magazine myself, from fear to flight. And I posted a picture of me on that zip line because I trained myself. I changed my own mind.
Yeah.
And I took over the fear to flight.
That's beautiful.
How you gonna go higher in life if you scared of height?
Hey, look, everything meant for everybody, and that part of life ain't meant for me.
I said,
I'll do airplanes.
I couldn't go on an airplane. And they'd be like, Cece in here tripping.
I love flying.
I was like, close the window, y'all, close the window. We going up, I'll be like,
oh no. Yeah. I know people that still like that to this day. My daddy, I know I probably shouldn't be telling on him, but woo, he go through it. I'm like, but Dad, you race cars. You know, like that adrenaline is that part of adrenaline where it go up and he can't. That just sends him somewhere else.
When I fly now, I open the windows. I watch this go up.
Yeah.
I watch this come down.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm like, I zip line once in my life. I was in my early 20s, and I'll never do it again.
It was 9.
I did it. I was scared as I was screaming for Christ the whole time. But
I want a zip line. I bungee jump.
Oh, never. Oh,
let me tell you.
I just passed out.
Listen, I did the. Well, first of all, remember when Cedar Point used to offer bungee jumping?
Yeah.
I did
absolutely.
It there. And then I did it in Vegas off of the Stratus.
Oh no, you didn't, child. So that's another thing I did March 2004 after I got married. Lord have mercy, got on that dang on.
This wasn't even about the married thing.
No.
I didn't even know the shit. I just was like, I want to do it.
I went on that dang on roller coaster. Never ever
I
again.
did
Never
that
again. Never.
Oh
No, Lord.
It's such a beautiful thing. Now when I go on the roller coasters, I'm actually looking at everything.
We're going to do that this summer. We're going to go to Cedar Point or Kings Island or something like that.
Okay.
Hey, listen.
And do what?
We already planning to go to Kings Island.
Because we're trying to do the Cincinnati Jazz Fest.
Yeah, so we already going to Kings Island. Okay.
So let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah,
like,
already.
I'm going to tell you right now, my next thing I want to do is I'm jumping out of a plane, y'all.
Oh, my Lord,
Carly,
you gonna make me pass out.
I'm jumping.
Because I'm gonna let you do that because I want to be here to do the eulogy.
No, that's not what we manifested.
Ain't no eulogy.
I got a GoPro for you though.
There you go.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah. I got a couple of them.
Okay, I'm jumping.
I think that's amazing.
Listen, when I tell you,
I'm gonna be there with you. I'm not jumping, but I'm gonna be there.
Me too. I'm gonna be there. Yes.
Y'all could watch.
Y'all just have me some food
when I get down there because I ain't eating before I go up.
You can't. Yeah.
I ain't eating before I go up, so y'all make sure y'all have some food. Finish that one. Let you do that one. I said it. I was like, you know what, God? Now I'm gonna do the regular one first. Okay, wait a minute. No. He over here telling me he about to cut something. Y'all gonna let me finish my statement?
No, you're gonna finish your statement, but. We got to clear out some of that shoulder stuff.
Of course I am. So listen, my first one I want to do the regular jump, right? After I do the regular jump, I want to do the one that look like a flying. You know they got the look with the wings on it. Okay. The suit.
Yes.
Oh, I want to get to the suit.
Yes. Now you know what? I will do simulation.
I'm gonna start with that one.
Yeah. It said, wait a minute, where's it?
It's one here.
Yeah, it's a couple
like
here.
An hour away or like 45 minutes per hour.
Right.
I forgot. I looked it up, but it is one here. We can do that one too.
Okay, I'll do the simulation on that.
We should do that one for the show. We should go there and actually do a show there.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Y'all see that? So y'all listen. If y'all want to hear more about manifesting the life you desire, we will definitely put together another show like this.
Yes.
We'll talk about more. You guys can feel more comfortable calling in, asking these questions because it's a real thing, you guys. I mean, it's so much more to my story and the things that I have manifested. You will never believe it. And when I tell people, they're like, for real? But I got footage. I got proof of everything I say. Even though I don't have to show you, I can just tell you about it. But listen, I like to smack folks in their face like, you don't want to believe it. Here you go. I'm just saying, I'm petty like that. But if y'all see on my page, it say my toxic trait is I'm petty as hell. It's true. So, listen, on that note.
Okay.
On that note, only for certain things, okay? So, on that note, I'm going to let James go ahead and let us close out.
First of all, you ain't gonna roll your little funky eyes.
No way.
My eyes feel good.
No, I think that. I mean, you booted me off of the live. We ain't gonna talk about it. But anyway,
oh, you got this.
Don't play with me. So listen. Nah, you know what? In all honesty, I really wanted us to have this conversation, and this is just like a part one. Mm-hmm. It's great to hear, definitely how you manifested this upcoming trip to go out for Venus's event, because Venus was just absolutely amazing for our platform. Absolutely. And like, I look back at that experience and I enjoyed it so much, but I could really see how you two enjoyed each other and really connected so well. And I think this is beautiful, because it's just like I told you, and you wasn't really on it at first, but it's just like I told you that there's going to be times when there's events going on, and because of life going on, because like, we're organic with what we're doing, and we're grassroots. So we're doing what we love to do, but we're also doing what we need to do to make sure that we got a house, and make sure that we got a car, and make sure our kids are good and everything else. So there's going to be points in time where there's something going on and I can't go. Mm-hmm. Or there's going to be times when something's going on and I can go and you can't go. Mm-hmm. You got a pageant going on the weekend that we go to Atlanta. So you are scrambling, trying to make it all work. And that's the beauty of what it is that what we do. Because like, you're serving the people who obviously look up to you, and they look to you for that advice and that spirituality and inspiration, but you're also serving your kids. Yes. And you're doing something to make sure that, and it's just like you said when you came in here, like, there's no way that I can tell her that I can't do this with her, because she's willing to do it.
Yeah, we got to, I'm like, either I replace it.
And that shows that you're still prioritizing. Even though we know what the priority is, you're still making a priority out of everything.
Absolutely.
But it's beautiful that you built this relationship with Venus, and that we're able to go down there and support her, because like, I want nothing more than to support the people that we bring on our platforms. Like, I specifically bring people on the platforms that I do because I love what they do, and I think that the world needs to see them. So I never bring anybody on just because, that's the hot thing that's going on right now. That's what people think should be there. It's more about what I feel like we need to see in our culture and for our people. So we need Venus. And I know she watching, I know she listening.
Yeah, she over there. She said it's a great conversation. Thank you.
We absolutely. I know. Because I liked all her messages until you booted me off. But I liked all her messages until you booted me off. But
she said, "Thank you, James." She said she loves you.
I think it's amazing because we need her. Like, we need her, and the beauty and the power behind you being on this platform is you have a magical way of making people see how much they are needed.
I'm magic, y'all.
I mean, I could see when we were doing the interview or having the conversation with Venus, and I could see she was smiling from ear to ear. And she opened up and released in ways that she probably has never released with any other journalist or any other media person. And that's because of who you are. And your people know all about you, so they like, why do you keep saying it? We know already. I know.
She said, thank you, James.
I know.
She said, I need you guys too. So she's on here.
Yeah,
like I said,
absolutely.
They definitely, I'm grateful because it does give us that ability to form these relationships with other people.
And it's
definitely genuine.
Nobody's building relationships with media people in the way that you two have connected, because you can't really trust a lot of them. Mm-hmm. So there's so much that we are doing to change the narrative of journalism and of media, and I love you and appreciate you for all that.
Thank you.
So that, like, today's conversation was really, really important, and we got to hear some commentary from Decisive.
Yeah.
We got to talk a little bit about Martin Lawrence, who absolutely wholeheartedly
manifested his life. He
manifested the thing, and regardless of what troubles we all got something going
on. Absolutely.
We all got something going on, but the reality is he fully deserves what he got.
For sure.
Like, he deserves to get that star. He should have gotten it a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But it's good that he got it.
But like we said, we give him he has gotten his flowers.
Absolutely.
His flowers right.
Absolutely.
Smell them.
Absolutely.
And that's so important.
So important.
Yes, it's so important.
Give it to them while they're here and they know what it is, and they can really stand in it and understand that, okay, I really am doing something because people are getting something. That's why every conversation I have, I make it a point to say, listen, this is how you've inspired me to do what I'm doing. Because people need to hear that.
They do, and I'm just grateful for the platform to be able to do it. Thank you, Decisive, for doing what you do.
Mm-hmm. And when we do part two,
thank you for doing what y'all
I'll talk about you know, how I manifested the stuff that I'm doing. Because I'm really just now getting to that place where I'm like, I got this. This is what I do. Like, I got this, and this is what I do. But it's only, out of the 20 years I've been doing it, I've only been in that place for a year or two. But it's okay. I'm there. And we get there when we are supposed to get there.
When you're supposed to get there.
So all of that being said, we're going to end this real quick because we got Real Talk with Reese coming up. And I purposely wanted to make sure that we got out of here on time. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love you and appreciate you. Decisive, I love you and appreciate you. And the queen back there, Miss Reese.
I love you more. I love y'all more.
So much. And
I love y'all.
We're going to be back with y'all next week. Same time, same place.
Yes.
And Fell in Love with Carly is going to be in Dallas, Texas with the beautiful Venus.
Yes.
We're going to get her to go live with us while we on the air.
I will be live, so make sure you guys share the broadcast, jump in there, talk to me, show that Cleveland love.
And listen,
wherever you're from,
we'll
Dallas.
be on the No Static page on Facebook next Saturday, and we will have Fell in Love with Carly on there.
And
so you all will get, and YouTube, and you will get to see her and talk to her while we're doing the show next Saturday, and then she going to kick it with Venus. And hopefully they don't be hopefully they don't be passed out somewhere drunk off a Moscato.
Too late, it's her birthday.
Well, that would be wrong if you don't do it.
It's her birthday. That's her birthday. I'll be here for her birthday every week.
So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in to us. Make sure that you follow both of us. She's at Fell in Love with Carly, and I'm at Authentically James on Instagram. And you can hit us at the Entertainment Plug on Instagram as well. We love y'all.
Thank you. Bye. Love. Yes. Thank y'all for jumping in here. Thank you, Venus, for being a part of the broadcast. Hi, Azim. Thank you all. Hi. Y'all so awesome. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Ash. To try and listen. Y'all know what? I'm so grateful y'all jumping in. About to go. I will talk to you guys later. Know what to say. Selfishly, I'm running. Man, today, honey, everybody jump on that shit.
I'm taking these, look at these pics of Will, Carly.
Selfishly, I'm running.
12:52. I was like, look, we got the end. We got the end. We got the end. I'm trying to be more conscious about making sure I
That's what I'm talking about. These are nice pictures.
Yeah, this
I like that one right here.
Yeah, I could lighten this one up.
I love that picture.
And then this one.
They look for you to start on.
That's a clean one because this ain't clean.
That's what I've been telling Will.
And I got more. Yeah, that double chin is in the way.
That's a good one.
I got more. They probably would.
That one and that one.
This one, I could lighten this one up. I think that's a good looking one too.
Yeah, especially with him having that mic out. Like,
yeah, we might not need D here tomorrow. We can use this one. I can just lighten it up in the background.
Yep.
Okay, I got you.
And he
We don't bring no static, but we sure don't bring the noise on staticradio.net. Run it through real quick so we can get the real talk with Reese. Check us out on Facebook.com/No Static Radio LLC, on Twitter, No Static _radio, Instagram, @No Static Radio, and on YouTube at No Static Radio. Replays on Mixler, Mixcloud.com, and continuous streaming on TuneIn.com, LiveOnlineRadio.net, or MediaQ. And for all things No Static Radio, check us out on at www.nostaticradio.net for everything No Static Radio up close features with our show hosts, events coming up, and all types of stuff. So make sure you check us out www.nostaticradio.net. Stay tuned, you guys. Coming up, Real Talk with Reese here on Your Voice of the Revolution.
That'd be cool. He's good. Yeah, he's real good.
And it ain't even that. I don't understand. It's not even. It's chilly. Is it?
So this fool, I almost was telling him go come tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I just told him.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a talk with him, but I really think that, you know, just man to man, just, you know, letting him know, because he ain't had that. Like, I must admit, like, it is some guys that keep it straight with him when it comes to, you know, the bodybuilders, like, they straight, just keep it straight with him, but like, dude, but they don't keep it straight on this level of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for this, he need a whole new understanding. Like, you talk that shit, but we could tell that you don't have a fucking clue. If we used to smack you with it.
Like, I was telling him, and I know he probably thought I was being mean or talking, but I was like, you can't keep shouting to everybody that you Mr. Cleveland and you ain't did nothing with you.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows what that means.
Yeah.
And you haven't done anything behind it. So you can't keep shouting.